Hi everyone, you're watching Jan FX, and in this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week. And we start with euro dollar as usual. And let's see where I was and where I am now. This is for our chart, and this is our where we can see it here. So you can see at this moment it does look like it still sits in the same range for already 1 to 3 weeks, and the same this week. Nothing much happened, so the pair didn't come out from that range. So the hope for possibility of central bank European Central Bank meeting, um, hoped for moving the market, and well, obviously you can see it wasn't strong, so the market didn't move as much. So it does give the idea that the market concentrating on something else and will be waiting for something else. What it's going to be, obviously, I have no idea, because you can see right now at this point anything can happen. It can concentrate on any news, and so this week we're going to have also quite a lot of news, and the main I will be concentrating for is waiting for, and hopefully the market will make some movements. FOMC, of course, rate decision, and according to the forecast, that rate decision should be changed for dollar in the favor, right? So that's kind of what I will be waiting for, and hope for, of course, for the pair for euro dollar to finally start the downtrend, break the range, and hopefully it will start moving down. And again, we still have that gap open, and hopefully maybe not again, not the same, not this coming week. Maybe it will start and continue, and hopefully it will finally close the gap. So that would be my first thought for the future, let's say, for this new coming week, and we'll see. Just as I'm saying, it's very hard to say what the market will be concentrating on, because you can see, you already saw previously that just anything can happen. So whatever, something unexpected, some comments, any news, anything can move at any directions. But that would be my first thought. So we'll go in a smaller chart. I had a little bit of trades this week, but very small. I used these levels. I actually had a small trade really on Monday, which I don't usually like to trade on Monday, but I had a little channel which I did really like, and I had this little movement, so it was very little. I come out with a small, very small profit, and then I just decided not to go for anything. So I didn't like for the market preparing for the news. So it was out this week, the small trade and nothing else. So I didn't go for anything. So as I'm saying now, I will be waiting for the main news FOMC for American dollar. Hopefully I'm not missing anything else. Of course I will be looking for if there are anything coming from Europe, possibly then pay attention. But of course, because it's a lot of been spoken about, the interest rate might change for the dollar, and of course I can think that it could be. That's why I was going into the trade on Monday previous week, because I was thinking that maybe market already would take into account that the interest rate would change. And of course the movement I can expect, it could be also starting from any day. So it could be maybe market will take it also into the account. It might continue starting to move on Monday, maybe it will do on Tuesday before the news event. So I need to take into account everything of this, right? So anything, so possibly you see it started to move already down. Maybe it's already because of the FOMC going to be good for the dollar. Better news, right? It was not very good news for euro, but unfortunately market didn't move a lot. It moved a little bit down, but not a lot. So maybe it will be moving before FOMC news. So that's what I'm saying. On Monday I still have all these levels. That's what I'm keeping exactly the same. Of course the main thing would be looking for sell orders, pending sell orders. I will be looking if it will be creating any channels around any consolidations around this level. I can see possibly maybe if the market will be preparing for the news, it might go a little bit up, before again maybe around this level. So any movements could be possible Monday, Tuesday before the news. So I will be looking for any consolidations again, like little channels. I will be waiting for on the smaller chart. So that's how I'm going to work for this week. Most of concentration on the coming FOMC news event, and waiting as usual for any consolidation around the levels. As you can see already, I have these levels. So that's what I'm going to do for euro dollar for this week. Okay, going to pound dollar. Again, what happened with our news election, and it was a drop, it was a gap, and but unfortunately it didn't continue. So I was hoping it would continue because it wasn't as good for pound, the news, but still yes, it had a drop, but it's it stopped, right? It's a little bit slowing down, so obviously waiting for something else again, right? So every time if it's not doing enough of movement, so there is something else stopping it. So how I was trading pound for this week. Yeah, so you see I had this little level, which a small little bit of the uptrend, and I had a little sell here when I had this little little channel. If you go on the smaller chart, you see it a bit better, it would be better and longer, and when it's got in here, I was stopped out, so I walked away with a small again profit, and I decided not to not to keep it. So of course the first thought when the polls were kind of like not in the favor for pound, right? So of course the thought was that it's probably not going to be the results not going to be as good, but you can't predict, right? So there is no like 100% prediction. Yes, I think it might, but at the same time it could be something wrong. So that's why I decided I went into the small trade in here, and I was hoping if it will continue, it will break, I will keep the trade, right, placing my trailing stop. But I was out, so before the news I was out, and I placed the pending order, and I also placed my pending order here. It was previously before from the previous week. I remember I was telling you that I kept my orders, and of course when the market opened, it was quite a big gap. I was hoping it would be slightly less, but no, it was a good gap, and I went into the actually my both orders actually worked out around here. So this around this area was the first available price. So that's, you see how the danger of the trading on the news, because you can see with that big jump I had the orders here, right, but an order here, but it took me around this area where it was the beginning, the open price. You can see where it was open, and of course I kept them on, and I placed the trailing stops, and with that little movement I was out again with some profit. So that's all out right now, and we can see that it sits around this area again. I will be waiting for consolidation, so that's as easy as it is for consolidation for any channels, like I say, like flat horizontal channel, and I have two important levels, and of course now we have a gap, and as I'm saying, usually with gaps the market trying to close it. Sometimes it closes faster, sometimes it can take days, weeks, months. So that's where the dangers with gaps at this point, because we have all the pointing out that the pound should continue go down because not very optimistic news and events for England, for pair, and but at this moment there's nothing happening. So what is it waiting for next? Who knows? The news again going to be FOMC, and then there will be news for some economical news for England. So and some events and comments, right? So of course again what is market going to choose? Who knows? It can choose any news. So of course I will be prepared. I will mark these like the market, the diary, of course, with all the news, FOMC news, the news for England. So and we'll be waiting how the market prepares, right? So prepares. I have my levels, and now I can expect it go. Who knows? Maybe it will go first and close the gap, and possibly turn around or continue the way up, or it could possibly first go down and then come back to it at any time in the future. Just absolutely unknown at this point. And I would say for pound it's pretty messy. I'm saying I'm even thinking like to move again and trade the other pairs, maybe not pound, but at this moment I would still look at it for this week again. I would see how it would concentrate, which level it's going to pick, and that's all what I'm going to do. I will be placing both direction orders, both. I would be placing pending orders buy, pending orders sell, because I still hope it's going to be, even if it's, for example, will go up and with expectation would close in the gap. Sometimes it can close on the half gap before it would close first. It could have some reverses or anything else. So it's pretty good distance, around 150 pips. So it could be quite a good possibility to have make some profit. So as I'm saying, but I will be looking right now, just waiting for consolidation, just as usual, just consolidation any of these levels. I'm just waiting, as I'm saying, Monday, Tuesday, see Wednesday for MC, then news, Thursday news for pound. So we'll see, will it react on American news again, or will ignore it, because lately it was ignoring American news completely. So well, that's gonna see. So that's all quite easy with pound. Going to Australian dollar. Okay, Australian did this week is pretty much as expected, and it went, we were here, and it went up just as I thought. Just remember, I was saying to you, I had in the history previously, everything is done before, so it went up, jumped a little bit further, just as I thought it might do, because it not always does exactly the same, right? So it went a little bit higher, just like we saw a little bit here. They were the swings, they were inside that channel. That's why I said that I can see that possibly it can go inside the channel, and now it is in, so it's back into this area. Not the first time, few times already been there. So now, of course, I had a little trade for Australian dollar, but before the market closed, I closed it. So I had, when the market went up around this area, that level I used as a sell order. So I sold in this area. I've been sold here. I was break even for a while, and then I come out around this area with a very small profits. I closed it manually just before the market closed. I didn't want to take any risks, just in case, right? Of course, for this new coming week, as a FOMC again, expecting us, giving us a good news for dollar. So I would of course expect it to see continue going down. And as I'm saying again, because we all know kind of about it, right? It's been well spoken that yes, looks like it's going to change. Maybe it's not, we don't know. I can expect the market could move again, could move on Monday, could move on Tuesday, maybe it will prepare Monday, Tuesday, and move on Wednesday. So exactly the same. I have the still levels. I would expect it, hopefully, for a very nice option would be just continue consolidating around this level. Maybe it will go down a little bit and sit in this range, maybe just a little bit around that level, and hopefully with the news it will continue the way down, and that would be like, let's say, the best. And this is what let's say the picture tells me, right? Everything is right now shows and indicates that okay, FOMC, hopefully it will move down any area. Of course, it could be stopped maybe by this level, maybe go a little bit. I have a little bit level here that I need to draw a little bit further, another little level. So of course, it would be strong news, strong reaction, could break everything. Then there will be news for Australian dollar. Just kind of don't remember, is it Thursday or Friday? Just check the calendar. So then I expect, let's say, for the best picture, FOMC drops. Then it might be a little bit slowed down, correction maybe a little bit, and then with the Australian news, also the forecast is not very good for Australia, so, and hopefully it will continue the way down. So I would expect it finally to get to our that level. Remember, it's a triangle from the bigger picture. I pointed it out many times from my previous analysis, technical analysis. So that would be the perfect ideal scenario, what I would be expecting from Australian dollar. So yes, Australian dollar, I will be keeping an eye on it, and I will be looking for going to the trade. Because, well, I'm not talking about it could happen all to reach that level all in 1 week. So just hopefully it will be a moving point, right? So it's pushing point. So it will push it, and then finally will slowly continue to that. Because with all the news expecting next week, it all shows that that's what can happen. Of course, it could be the other way. of course I still have this level, so a possibility of turning around and going back up is also could be. So need to be of course careful, but I would think I would prefer, and I would probably place pending orders to sell. Pending orders to sell, because that's what I would look for. Just as I'm saying, just in case if the market might take the account the change of interest rate, the market might move on Monday already, or Tuesday, might move even sharp. So who knows? Anything like that can happen. But hopefully, if everything will go to the plan, as just as I mentioned, the consolidations around the levels. This is where I will be looking for pending orders to sell, unless something else unexpected, and then I would be looking for both ways pending orders. But number one for me for Australian dollar is going down, starting pushed down from according to coming news. So that's how I see Australian dollar. Okay, dollar yen. Also, well, where we were here, this is where this is a great channel. You see, this is great support level. That's what I was telling you after that movement, and I would be selling again. I was waiting for either little correction. Now you can see, just trying to explain to you. So after that move, after moves like this, we're always waiting either for a correction, little reverse, or flat consolidation. That's the consolidations I'm talking about. So just perfect. It's just a very, very nice, good example once again. So I was selling from that level. It was just absolutely perfect. And then went down. I had very strong also level here. I had a sell from that order, from sell order from that level to a little bit low. You know, I'm usually I place a little bit lower from the levels I'm showing you. So I had two good sales, and they were closed. Why they were closed there? Because the gap. Remember I was telling you, this is where I was saying to you, I will go for trade and I will keep it until the gap is closed. There. And this is exactly what happened. It closed the gap. So now we have it locked. So he didn't want to continue the way down to the next level, I guess, possibly because of the news around the dollar. So that's possibly it's turned around. So that's all right. It was very nice with dollar yen. I had a little trade also, a buying trade, a buying order for it when it started to turn around. Of course, with all this in mind, the news about the interest rate changing, and I had important level here, and I had a concentration, so I had a little buy, but very small, because he's turned around, so I had a very small trade for buy. So what's now? Again, the news, I believe there will be some news for yen. I think there will be also after FOMC. Just again, check the economical calendar, because I can't keep everything in mind. Every day, just open the calendar, look what's the news are coming, make the notes and marks, so you wouldn't forget, because any directions, any movements could be small, could be big. So, and with dollar yen, it's obviously it's in a little uptrend, and obviously because if it would be possibly good news for dollar, so it can go up, right? So I will be placing orders. I will be waiting for the news event before, how it will concentrate again, how it will prepare itself. Remember, beautiful, nice preparation, something like that I will be waiting for. So again, it could possibly is already started to move up, so possibly could continue slowly the way up, and before the news. And of course, because maybe it would take into account that a good news for dollar, so of course it might turn around, it might not react, anything like that can happen. So that's why I'm saying before the news I will be waiting how it will concentrate, will create any good channel. So we have again the levels, so I can expect possibly if it will be preparing, so it will be somewhere around this area. Maybe there is still that little channel where you can go back. As I'm saying, we've had it before. You see that was a bit of quite a wide range of consolidation, so quite possibly can come inside there again and waiting for something else coming, just as I'm saying, if it does really use already the news about the interest rate change. So yes, possibly can jump in there, and movement might not be strong, so it might be stopped in here. So that's what I'm saying. Right now it's quite hard to say how the market would react on the news, and if it's already reacting on the news coming. So all my point, waiting for consolidation is we had a little bit here, so of course possibly it might sit around this area, and then I will be placing orders possibly both directions. Of course, with the main, if it will react positive, then of course I would expect it to go up, right? So, but I will be placing in both directions orders, because basically we have it in still in the downtrend channel, right? That's why. So it's still kind of the pair is in downtrend channel, but because the news it might come out and start the uptrend. So, or maybe it will be just a small reaction on the news and it might just jump out and come back. That's what I'm saying. So for, let's say, not very long trade, for small trade, just news, could be both directions. I could probably possibly place the orders. Just depends how beautifully the market will prepare, how nice and strong the consolidation will be. So dollar yen is easy. Now we're going to dollar CAD, and so I have new levels here because look, dollar CAD was in a downtrend channel. This is very important level where I was saying I was waiting when the market started to drop. I said I didn't go for any trades around there, even though it broke that little uptrend right inside the channel. So that little uptrend, I said I'm not going to go for trade because we have very strong level here, and I wanted to see what is it going to do around this level, if it's going to break it or not. And it started to consolidate a little bit. You can see there's nothing really looking as good as promising. So I could actually draw some levels which does kind of indicate that it looks like it's changing the direction, right? So from downtrend and slowly it's turning into an uptrend, right? That's what it's kind of look like. So a little bit too much around this level, trying to break it but not. That's what it was giving me idea, that it might not be a time yet, so it couldn't break that level a few times. That's why I wanted to see a little bit more, because we had too many wings here, and also it come out from that level, which I was saying need to pay attention on all of this. And also, so that's how it was stopped, and I didn't go for trade, so it was stopped around here. And that's all really, guys. You see, yes, here it was unexpected. I think there was the reaction on the oil prices. The oil prices dropped this week, and that's how the Canadian reacted on it. See, the Canadian goes down, so you see dollar went up against Canadian dollar because of the oil prices. I mentioned it before, so you need to, if you do trade dollar CAD a lot, so pay attention on the oil prices. I was not watching, not looking at the oil prices at that time. That's why I didn't go for anything. So possibly maybe it was preparing for that here, for that the oil prices, some news they were there. So but I didn't go for any trades for dollar CAD. This was quite nice consolidation, could have been a good trade. I also didn't go for it. I missed that trade. So was for this week again, dollar CAD is well, I believe again going to concentrate for FOMC, hopefully, or possibly I will be just waiting once again. I have all the levels, and waiting for how it's going to prepare for the news event. So I'll be looking for opportunities to go for trades. So as I'm saying, at this moment it does look like the turning around. So it looks like the downtrend possibly changing to the uptrend, and it sits again around the same level. So we'll see how it concentrates, and who knows, as I'm saying, could possibly continue go up, or break, go down if it will be something unexpected again. With the all good news for dollar, its expectation is, of course, is continue the uptrend, as it's already started an uptrend, the new starting uptrend, as you can see. Okay, this week dollar CAD, euro pound. For me this week, just as I said, I'm not going to go for any trades, and I didn't go because of the election in England, and the news for euro, and this is what exactly was in this week. You see, there's just nothing. I didn't want to go for anything. I had a gap again, and now it sits around this area. So for this week, possibly I might look for the options of go into the trade if it will create here a nice consolidation. again, right? So it reached the level just as expected, and now why I would look for both directions again, orders now, buy and sell, pending orders, if it will create something around this area, because if we will look at that and look at these levels, it's pretty much in the middle. So we have about 300 pips up and about something about 300 pips down. So that's why at that point it could go any directions again, and I will be waiting for consolidation. That's it. Okay, going to gold, and no trades for me was also with gold, and it did exactly as expected, just as waiting, saying it's trying to close the gap, and it's exactly what it did. It moved up, closed the gap, it even broke the level, went a bit more up, and turned around, obviously turned around. So it's, I like to wait for any consolidations or patterns. I didn't see anything here because it was just turning. I mean, it's 4-hour chart. We'll go in a smaller chart. So it's just nothing I saw kind of. I mean, yes, it was really nice, like channel around here on Monday. So when it went, but because it already closed the gap, because around this area it was already closing the gap. So I wasn't sure when it's going to turn around. So could have placed orders both direction again. But as I'm saying, trying to be careful with gold. Not sure. Again, with the strategy to trade gold, I still feel better to trade it on a bigger charts, not on the smaller charts, even more than the 30 minutes, maybe 1-hour charts, and go for daily trades, like not daily, like keeping the trades like for weeks or something, or a few days maybe. That's why, yes, it was very nice. Could have go for trade, could have placed both directions. At this point, it was possibility to place both directions. So, right, could have go either, and it did. You see, it went up, didn't get exactly to the levels, was stopped a little bit, but had enough of the movements to make some profit. And then, yes, it's something, but not as nice as that. That's why I didn't want to go in risk for anything. So it started to go down. So, well, I guess it could be reaction again for the coming news for dollar, and so possibly it's already taking it into the account. So at this moment I wouldn't go. Well, of course, if there will be news for well, again, you see here it's already quite a good drop, so possibly it's already took into account the interest rate change, and I would just probably look and wait. We still have all these levels, and of course it could be stopped by that level or could go through and continue the way down. So needs to see again how it will prepare before the news event. Would it have a nice consolidation? Would it ignore it? Maybe it will just continue slowly its way down. So at this moment there is nothing. It's easy to say what is it going to do. If possibly, as I'm saying, it could stop by that level, be stopped, and have a finally again consolidation just like it was here. So it's quite possible. So just that's it. I don't think I will be going for trades with gold, to be honest. I'm not sure, because as I'm saying, it started to fall a bit too early. If to wait for the news event, I would have waited. I would have seen a bit more consolidation before the news, but it's already started, so it could be already reaction on the news. So that's what keeps it a bit dangerous. So will it be stopped? Will it continue with the news event? So at this moment it's very hard to say. At least it's closed the gap, and now just waiting time again, just to wait to see what's going to do. Right, okay, we're going now to pound yen, and pound yen just as we saw in a perfect downtrend channel. So it's just perfect. Absolutely perfect, and continues the way down just as expected, closing the gap. That's what was expected, and it's exactly what it did. It closed the gap. So here it is. You see, it's reached it. So, and of course now it has a bit of well, correction, turning around possibly, and well, of course, as it sits now and still in this downtrend channel, we have on a bigger chart that level still from the previous weeks, and now what the news are going to be important for pound again, it's quite hard to say. I mean, it's still in a downtrend channel, but if we'll go, for example, with Fibonacci levels and see it's around 61 level, so of course it could be maybe it will be trying to have a correction. And 61 level is quite important with FIBA, so it still has room to go to 78, exactly where we have that level. So it's of course a possibility that there will be news, right? Again, don't forget news for pound, and there will be some news for yen, and of course the reaction could be any, so it might have a little of correction and again reach and stay in the range inside the channel, right? We have 61 level, so possibly it will go, will touch it. Maybe it wouldn't because of the news. Maybe it will continue go down, and the next level is going to be 78. So this is the first and ideal, let's say, scenario what can happen. So that it still continue in a downtrend channel. So that's what it's looking, and what you can say at this point. But just as because we have the gap, right? So that gap, then possibly first it tried to close it, right? So it might try to close it, reach that level, and then continue slowly. It's the way where it was going, so continue the way down. So as I'm saying, it's all going to be now, of course, just the same as it was news events. We'll see if pound will start to react again on the economical news, because we are what out of the political news at this moment, except there still will be some more talking about the Brexit and conditions for Brexit, and so it's always will be something else happening, something else going on. But for this particular week, the concentration, as I'm saying, will be seeing, well, will it try to close the gap, and will it be reacting on the news for pound? It will be economical news for pound to see, and well, some news for yen also, of course, don't forget, for Japan. Okay, so that's all for now, guys. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and like. Also, so possibly, I'm not sure yet. I had some requests quite a few times, the people asking me to use my videos, like to sell them to, like, some people want to buy them. So I'm not sure how I can do it. Will I be doing it? So I might possibly to create paid videos. So maybe on Saturday I will release the same technical analysis for those ones who wants to buy it. So who wants to buy it, they would have all the rights on it. They can do whatever they want, rebrand it, resell it, place it on their blogs, on wherever they site, send it to clients, can use, rewrite it in a better English, translate it in your language wherever you are, and place it wherever you can put it on your YouTube channel, and release it as it's your own. So it's wherever you want to do it. And on Sunday we'll be releasing the same technical analysis, but for just like as usual, with usual conditions, so you can see it, you can watch it. So on Saturday, those ones who would want to buy it, purchase it, so you would have a time, right, to do it, and also release it like whatever, the same day on Saturday or maybe on Sunday, just before let's say my video will come out. So that's why I'm just wanna like say, for those of you who just watching it, like, don't be like get scared that, oh, now it's all the videos are paid. No, so those paid videos for those ones who wants to use them, and for their own purposes. So, but for those ones who wants to watch it, you still will be able to see them for free on Sundays, just as usual. So that's all, guys, for now. So in those paid videos, what also you're gonna see, like you see in this video, you can see it's a clear screen. I have no my marks on it, and also I will be removing the video of you can see that in the right corner with my face. So you're gonna have no face on it. So that's what I'm saying. You can place wherever you want your face, your marks, your trademarks, whatever, or rewrite it. So that's all. Thanks for watching, and I see you next week. Bye, everyone.